the trilogy that we have coming
for sure.
That's one that I'm looking for.
I'm not
looking into. Well, I seen, and Carson knows. Before that, I'm like, Wilder, he don't stand a chance. Hey, after the first one, I got a little quiet.
You were rooting for Wilder.
Yeah. And then after the first one,
got
a little quiet.
Yeah.
I said he boxed him.
Yeah.
I didn't see what I seen coming though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in his last one.
That was domination.
I can't think.
I think he's got more in him than that. Even if he'll probably come up short the third fight, but I'd like to think.
I thought you was about to say well, Fury got more. I'm like, oh no,
no.
He can't give it. No. No. I thought you said Fury got something else.
I mean, we've talked about Deontay, and with Deontay, he will never be out of a fight completely.
That one hitter
for the most
quitter?
part, because he has that, like you said, the one hitter quitter. He hits you, and it's sleepy deepy, and it's not nap time.
Tyson Fury really is, I think, the only one that can do what he did.
Yeah,
my man fights like he 147.
Check it out. So we did an interview with Tyson Fury. Yeah. After the interview, we're standing around talking. Andre Ward. We were talking. We're like, this dude talking about going right at him. Dre's like, yo, listen, it ain't that stupid. We're like, I don't know, Dre. Listen, it ain't that stupid. If he's going to the power, he's going to take away everything that he knows to do.
Because you're not on the end of the shot then?
Because you're not on the end of the shot.
Dre did it to Kovalev.
Yeah.
So he was speaking
Dre did
from...
And he was speaking. So, great. I'm glad that you said that, because when he said that...
And do you kind of feel what he's saying after the Earls fight?
Huh?
After your Earl fight.
I don't know what he said after my Earl fight.
No, I'm saying, do you kind of understand what he was going? Because you went at the power.
Errol's got one punch power, I think.
It wasn't really the same thing, but so we didn't really have Dre. I don't think we had Dre in mind when we developed the game plan. I do feel like at some point my dad did refer to Dre during training, but let's go back to it just for a second. So once Dre said it's not that stupid, think about it. I love Dre because he'll leave you with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'll just leave you with that.
Left his business card of pound for pound number one and was like,
but it forced me to think. And after I thought about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're going to do something to this guy he's never had anybody doing to him before. So how will he react to that? So then I jump on board with, okay, yeah, this is what he's going to do. You know, not really knowing what he was going to do until we got in the ring.
Yeah.
But you didn't see that coming. This is what I feel is going to happen in the rematch, or what I feel should happen in the rematch. I feel like fire should fight with fire. Deontay Wilder has to go right at Tyson Fury.
Because he really sat back the second fight.
You cannot sit back.
I couldn't believe that.
You can't sit back.
Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you waiting on?
Yeah, you can't sit back.
It's something where,
but he's one of the few. He's one of the few fighters that fights off his back foot and can turn that right hand and land it the way that he does, which is why he felt comfortable.
Like the
until
Ortiz
he was
fight.
uncomfortable.
The Ortiz was beating him.
Yeah,
until boom. Yeah, lights out.
Yeah.
That's why I think with Deontay and the Ortiz fight's a great example where I think most of us had him losing comfortably in that fight, in the Ortiz fight. Mm-hmm. But
every round.
Pretty much if not every round, damn near every round.
Yeah.
But again, he was able to keep Ortiz honest enough, and Ortiz he wasn't able to land the big enough shots to do what Fury did to Wilder. Mm-hmm. But he's still, you go into that fight, you're losing every round, and then boop, and it's donezo.
And then again, look, when you have a situation like that, you don't learn anything.
For sure.
You don't change.
And we mentioned that. We talked about that.
Yeah, and I feel like right now is at a point where he has to change, and then the question is, can he change?
Yeah.
Your answer?
He can change slightly, but I don't think Deontay Wilder is Deontay Wilder.
Why are you looking at me?
Because we talked about it last time
Talk
with like if you're Islam Dilar, we're like, if he comes out as a power puncher, joking. Yeah. I don't think Deontay Wilder comes out and starts, throwing jabs and having, great movement, working on the inside. I think he is who he is. I think he can look at that tape of that last fight and say, okay, I can't do this again. Mm-hmm. Because as a fighter, you don't want to do that again. Mm-hmm. So it's not a matter of, like you said with the Ortiz fight, where why would you change? Mm-hmm. You just won the fight. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Where you don't learn from it. Mm-hmm. You just got your ass kicked the last fight. Mm-hmm. I assure you don't want to get your ass kicked again. Mm-hmm. So at that point, maybe you look at it and you're like, okay, this went wrong. I do need to alter it. So I think he can alter, but I don't think he can change what he is.
Mm-hmm. And you?
Yeah, I think his best chance is get in the ring, go get him. Yep. Don't sit back and wait like you did the last fight. his fights.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He basically do what you do because I can stop you.
Yeah.
Any moment I can stop you. This guy's different. Mm-hmm. You got to go get him. So now you, instead of everybody always having to adjust to you, you have to adjust to Fury.
Yeah.
Sir?
I question I want on a separate note, if he's ready to make the adjustment, if he's ready to do all he can, turn over every stone he can to improve his performance, because when he's talking about firing Breland and he just jumps straight to the, let me go out on my shield. It's, are you skipping everything else?
Why you're on that shield?
And there's a lot of emotion right there too. I think that's probably one of the biggest things overlooked about fighters. Like my dad would say, never interview a fighter right after the fight, because that's where he's vulnerable and that's where he's very emotional. He's liable to say anything.
Yeah, which is good for Adrian Broner interviews.
When he said that was when Bernard Hopkins knocked out Oscar De La Hoya with the body shot. And Oscar gets on TV. He's like, he said, my dad said, why do they do this? I'm like, do what? He said, don't interview the loser after the fight. Yeah. They're liable to say anything. He said, Oscar said, oh, he hit me with a body shot. I've been hit with a body shot before. It was like, oh, but he hit me with a body shot. I was like, ooh. But you're liable to get anything from a fighter, because that's where they're, they're most emotional and, at their most, vulnerable state.
For sure.
He just got me in the right spot. What can I say?
Yeah, there you go.
I remember.
There you go.
I would love to see Deontay as a competitor get to that point. Yeah. Like you said, I don't know if he's at that point to turn over the stones. I hope Deontay is competitive enough and driven enough where he's like, okay, this isn't a matter of, if I lose again, it is what it is. I could go another
I already
route.
been champ. I made a lot of money. Forget what all these people think.
I'm good. I hope personally that
can't do that if you want to win.
He's not complacent, and I hope he puts in the work and comes
there.
in.
I don't think he's there.
I think he comes into the ring, like Mike Tyson with a T-shirt on. Yeah. Come in the ring with Mike Tyson, go for the kill immediately.
That's probably his best chance.
Yeah.
But Mike's footwork was crazy. So I feel like
I'm talking about a T-shirt.
No, I'm talking about, you said Mike at him.
Keep it light.
Yeah.
That, or go back to that first Stavern fight and take a look at some of the things I am capable of.
Yeah.
I can't, but.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Yes, teacher.
When you're fighting Stavern is different than fighting Tyson Fury.
Listen. Yeah. That was his first time seeing somebody take a 1-2. And that was his reaction to somebody taking his power. Okay, I'm not going to knock him out. He didn't continue to work and try to knock out Stavern. He sat back and started to use his jab and keep him at bay. And then I guess we're all thinking Deontay Wilder's starting to learn how to box a little bit, which is, obviously, I said it too, and everybody said it. But in hindsight, that was his first time getting in the ring with somebody who could handle his power, and that was what his mind told him to do. And he ended up, in a lot of ways, coasting through the fight, and then people were saying, "Oh, he made it through the fight. He made it first."
I remember him bombing on Stavern.
Yeah,
Stavern just taking everything.
He said, "I don't want to hear that." So I feel I hope he's not there where he's like, "Hey, I made money. I'm good." I hope he's at the point where he's tired of everybody questioning him. Yeah. He's tired of everybody doubting him, and he's tired of everybody.
This is a big moment in his career.
This is the biggest moment of his career.
Honestly, it's either over or he keeps going.
I believe that. I can agree with that.
At least on the elite level, I agree. It's either you're still on the elite level or we figured out how. And again, like Shawn said, Tyson Fury he's a one of a kind character in himself. So I think in that case, it's like, okay, you might be able to beat Stavern and Luis Ortiz and all those guys, but you can't beat the guy.
Does he fight for that amount of money? Like, does he?
I don't know.
After you make that much money, do you go back down for that?
I don't think he goes back down though. I don't.
If he gets dominated like last time.
My fault. Okay. So, best case scenario, in a loss, he goes the distance. We see some inklings, some shadows of improvement and things like that. Mm-hmm. He moves forward. Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now: hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday. Something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.